So, as some of you are discovering, the dilemma of getting into shape is a problem, because when you get into shape, you go from kind of an inert feeling in your body to, being sore all the time. You're not sore some of the time, you're sore all of the time. You're not going to be in pain. So you'll get up from sitting in a chair and you'll feel awful because your muscles are sore, but you'll never have pain. Pain is a problem because pain is debilitating. Pain is a thing that prevents you from walking, getting up and doing your normal activities because you're hurt. But being sore is going to be a fact of life as you get into shape, and as you get into better shape, you're going to be sore more often, and that's kind of what happens. And that's why stretch is so very important. And it's going to be frustrating because as you get into shape, you're going to think like, I'm sore all the time. I'm sore getting off the sofa. I'm getting sore getting out of a chair. I stand for a little bit. I tighten up because your muscles are starting to create efficiency because you're in such good shape. So we're going to work on lengthening some of that musculature, but keeping the right mechanics, because that's what I'm seeing. I saw this movie, and this guy has to run throughout the movie, and all I could see is his right foot turn out. He kept turning out his right foot, and it was awful to watch because it's just like, I'm thinking he's hurting his knee, he's hurting his hip, he's hurting all his joints because he can't get his feet to line up. So we're going to line up, feet parallel, and really get parallel. It's usually based upon your second toe unless you have a bunion, but we're using the second toe as our measure for feet parallelness, if that makes sense. And then we're going to be hips width apart. So this is your ASIS, this is your pubic symphysis. Midway in between is hips width apart. Then you're going to push down big toe on the corresponding metatarsal head, the outer four toes on corresponding metatarsal heads, but especially that pinky toe, and finally your heel. 1/3 the way through your balls of your feet, 1/3 the way through your toes, and 1/3 the way through your heels. Now you're going to bend your knees, slightly externally rotate, abs engaged, shoulder blades are down and back. Get your head over the top of your body. We're getting that athletic ready posture of springs on the bottom, long through the torso, activating the righting reflex, and then we're going to squat. Abs are nice and tight. You're bending your knees. You're putting the work into your knees and your quads and your butt, not your knees. Make sure those hips go straight back. Yes. Keep your shoulder blades down and back, and that's going to cause your back to go into a little bit of extension as you go down, because that's what we would do to shock absorb. You don't want to tuck your tail under and make a straight spine. You want to have slight shock absorption, but that means you have to engage your abs. So suck in that tummy. Smiles are up. Jaws are relaxed.
20.
Okay. Now that you got that feeling, foot on block, because we're going to open the gastroc. As always, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Chest is up. We're going to pump our hips forward. Keep breathing. Smiles are up. Smiles are up. Abs are nice and tight.
20.
Okay, now you're going to step forward, hips go forward, step back, hips go back. This is important so you don't trip and land on your face, because you can get your head up as you step forward and your heel drops down, which can happen in life, especially if you hike. Keep breathing. Okay. Forward fold. We're going to stretch forward. Abs are nice and tight, sucking in that tummy. Oh. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Keep breathing. Really open up your calves. You're shortening your back muscles, so there should be no pressure in your low back. Your abs are engaged. And then we're going to come up nice and tall. We're going to lean back. Oops. Suck in that tummy. You could push on that roller to give you more extension. Shoulder blades are down and back. Abs are engaged. You can open up your head and neck a little bit. And breathe.
10.
Okay, we're gonna switch sides. We're gonna start out with our foot on top of the block. Ball of your foot, abs are nice and tight. Heel is down, shoulder blades are down and back. You're gonna pump that hip forward. Keep breathing. Abs are nice and tight. Chest up, smiles up. Feel the lengthening calf muscle.
20.
10?
20.
Okay. Step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. See what it feels like to really open up that calf. Elongate the hip flexors and keep your abs engaged. Keep breathing. So these powerful muscles start to tighten as you get in shape, and that'll affect your back and it'll affect your posture.
10.
And then we're gonna do a forward fold. Keep breathing. Jaws relaxed.
10.
And we're gonna come up nice and tall. You're gonna arch in the opposite direction. Just open everything up. Shoulder blades are down and back. Your low back is not to take up this work. It's actually your quads and your abs, your lats. Feel what it feels like to open up your neck muscles?
10.
Okay, good. So we're going to do something that seems fairly easy, but it is something that we should practice anyway, is calibrating your brain. So I want you off to the left side of your block. Abs are nice and tight. And all you're going to do is lift your foot up, clear the block, put your foot down on the other side of the block, lift it up, put it down. It's getting you in the habit of moving over something. And now I don't want you to look at the block. I want you to keep your eyes up, use your peripheral vision to make sure you're safe and you're clearing the block. And then you're going to try to make the narrowest pathway. So you're going to barely clear over the block, barely clear over the block. And this is important in crises where suddenly something changes in your environment. You don't want to step on something. This could be a little crustacean, or you could be in your neighbor's yard and they have a dog that's really messy.
20.
Okay, we're going to switch to the opposite side. Same thing. You're going to start out by clearing it. You can look at it first, just get used to it. And then once you get used to it, I want you to lock it into your peripheral vision. And then once it's in your peripheral vision, create the most narrow pathway over the top of the block. So your brain does what you think it should do. This is calibrating. Keep your core engaged. Hold your balance. Good. Just clear the block. Not a big arc over the top of the block. It was funny when I was at USC and they were working on the USC hand. One of the biggest dilemmas they had was clearing an extremity over an object without overcorrecting it. And it's amazing what the human brain can do.
20.
Took a lot of code to make that happen. Okay, now the block's in front of you. Abs are nice and tight. This one happens more than you think. You're going to step over it and step back. Keep your feet parallel. Just clear the block. Good. That's it. Breathe, smile up. This will prevent this conversation from happening. I saw it, but I tripped on it anyways. Keep breathing. Oops. Try to do it without looking at it. Keep your eyes up. What number is that?
17.
Okay. Abs.
20.
Okay, switch sides, same thing. I know this is rudimentary, but it's so important that we practice this. Good. Just clear the block. Keep your feet parallel. I know you're going to want to turn out, or you'll even want to go around the block, go over the top of the block. Smiles are up. This is accuracy of motion, accuracy of the unconscious, so when you have to do this suddenly, you'll be safe. Smiles are up. What number?
19.
Okay.
20.
Okay. This one's going to be super easy. You put your foot on top of the block. Sounds like not a big deal. Abs are nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down back. You're going to lift your foot up off the block and put it back down. Misstepping will be the cause of so many falls this year. They were sure their foot was going to go on top of this step, but they miss it. Keep your abs engaged, keep your balance on, smiles are up. And you can try it a few times with your eyes closed to see if you're hitting the same place every time. See if your balance changes.
20.
Okay, switch sides. Same thing, we're going to lift lower. And you may even feel your glute medius starting to fatigue because it has to work. Lift and lower, soft landing. One of my friends worked at an office and we could hear this pounding on the floor above us. It would be like boom, boom, boom. We thought for sure it was a guy that weighed like 240 pounds, but then we found out it was this woman that weighed 98 pounds, and she would just drop her feet down when she walked. In fact, the guy that was really big walked really softly. Okay, good. Foot goes on the block, your toes are up, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy. We're going to do our little squats. This is that athletic ready posture. Go into this deeply, keep your knees over tops of feet, abs engaged, suck in your tummy. Chest up. I want your lats firing, your abs on. Really good posture. Like you're ready to spring out of this. You're ready to sprint.
20.
Okay, switch sides. High heel once again, same thing on this side. You're going down, abs are engaged. You're ready to sprint. Keep breathing. There you go.
20.
Okay, switch again. Keep your heel high. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to lock this leg up. Your right leg gets locked up. Abs are engaged. Knee to chest. Head doesn't move. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. High heel.
10.
Okay, switch sides. Abs are nice and tight. Lock it up. Lock this leg up. Knee over top of your foot. Notice if one side's easier than the other. Okay, good. Block aside. Okay, we're going to do something. People don't like jumping, but we're going to jump. In fact, we're going to jump on one leg. So balance on your right leg. Abs are nice and tight, chest is up. Don't have to go high, but you're gonna hop forward, hop back, forward, back, forward, back. Abs are nice and tight. Forward, back, forward, back. How many is that, Maria?
20.
Okay, other side. This gets you used to ballistic loading of your leg. It's more important than you think. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Hold that balance.
20.
Okay,
As the
good.
microphone goes.
Keep breathing. We're gonna put our knee on the block. Abs are nice and tight. Engage your core, heads over the top of the block, shoulder blades are down and back, suck in your tummy. Squeeze. Hip circles first. Try not to move your head. This is a riding reflex of athletic ready posture. Is that 10?
10.
Opposite direction. Hold that balance.
10.
Okay, stay in this position. You're gonna lift up 1 inch off the block. You're gonna hold left hand forward, right hand back, or your reverse, so yes. Abs are nice and tight. Hold. Whew. Stick your butt out. All the work's in your butt and your quad, and this quad too. Is that 10 yet?
10.
Okay, lower back down. Hold. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. You're breathing. No pressure in your low back, no pressure in any joints. Here we go again. Up. And then here we go. We're going to hinge forward, come back out. Keep breathing. You should feel your quads burning, your butt burning, but not your low back, not your neck, not your knees. Okay, switch sides. Heads over top of block once again. Abs are nice and tight, hip circles. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Relax your hands. Create the body shape that you're going for. Create the motion you want, opposite direction. Unless you practice not falling down, you will fall down.
10.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna lift up 1 inch. Boom. Abs are nice and tight. You're holding, sucking your tummy. You should feel this in your quad, your butt, and your other quad. Your lats, your abs, but not your low back. Notice if one side's easier than the other. If one side's easier than the other, there's muscular imbalance leading to an unintentional limp. Is that 10? Mm-hmm. Okay. Whew, thank God. You guys ready? Here we go. Lift 1 inch up, abs nice and tight. We're going to hinge forward, come back out. No pressure in the low back. We're using muscles and not joints. Keep breathing. Ooh.
10.
Okay, rest. Switch sides. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking and tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. Heads over the top of the block. We're straightening that rear leg now. Shoulder blades are down and back. You're just going to lower that knee down and then straighten. You should feel both butt cheeks working now, especially on full extension of your left leg. Ooh. Ah, don't push me. What number are we on?
10.
I knew it. Switch sides. Should feel your legs working. Yes, these are small angles. These are the angles we don't like working. Okay, here we go. Bend, head straighten. Once again, notice if there's one side that's way better than the other side. Left arm forward for you. Yeah. Everyone else is right arm forward.
Last one.
Oh. Have you guys seen that like 10-foot tall skeleton on Kalaheo? It's like a
giant.
Giant skeleton.
It's over the rock wall. You can see.
Yeah. I'm like, who buys things like this? It's probably more closer to 12 feet because it's over the top of the basketball rim. Okay, here we go. Left leg back behind you. Abs are nice and tight. Your leg is straight. Suck in your tummy. No pressure in your low back. That's very, very important. We're working the butt. We're working the quads. Abs engaged. We're going to hinge forward, touch the ground, and then come back out. Mario says we don't do enough of the old stuff. Oh look, Mario and I match. I didn't even notice. Abs are nice and tight. What number are we on? Straight spine.
9.
Oh, no pressure in that low back. Switch sides. Woo. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Abs are nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down and back. Suck in your tummy. Here we go. Touch ground. You feel excessive pressure in your low back. Push your hips back. Bend that front knee and engage your abs even more. These are things we don't want to do, so we stop doing them, and then when we do them, our body breaks down. Good. I don't want to do this, but we're going to do this. Blocks. You're going to stack them end on end like that. Okay, hands and stick them up. You're going to squat. Make sure those feet are parallel. Squat. No. Squat. Put your butt on the block and then come back out. You're using muscles and not joints. You should not feel this in your knees. Down, touch your butt, and then hips forward. Abs. Okay, good. Oh, I thought we had one more. Okay, now you're going to lower the bottom block. You get what's going on here. Okay, lower your butt down, touch, and then come back up. No pressure in your joints. Make sure those feet are parallel and your arches are lifted. Abs. Abs. Feet parallel. Smiles are up.
10.
Okay. I know you don't want to do it, but we're going to lower the block again. This is where you're kind of regretting getting that half block. Abs are nice and high. Here we go. Lower down, touch your booty, come back up. Abs are nice and tight. Eyes to the horizon. What number is that?
9.
Okay. So, was it day before yesterday? Mari and I got these butcher block countertops.
Oh,
They weigh like 100 pounds a block, and they're long and cumbersome. And we had so much trouble moving it. And this guy at Home Depot just picks it up, puts it on the back of our car like it was a surfboard. And then the guy yesterday, you can tell they're in this industry. He picks it up with one hand like he's walking a surfboard. But what was common to both of them is they knew how to squat. That's why we're squatting. Okay, here we go. You're gonna come down here. You're probably resting on the bottom. Abs are nice and tight. I want you to make your feet parallel. Okay, hands are in, stick them up. And then you come up 1 inch and then back down. Keep breathing, keep your abs engaged, keep those feet parallel. What number is this?
8.
Last 2, we're going to the top
9.
and back down. All the way to the top and back down. Yay! Nobody likes doing that. We're gonna come to the ground. Oh, and you're gonna kneel, which you're gonna be glad to do now. You're gonna see if you accidentally use something called your tibialis anterior, which is your shin muscle, instead of your quads because they'll be sore. Okay, in this position, you're gonna suck in your tummy. We're gonna lean back. Suck in your tummy. We're doing sit-ups. Suck it in and then release. Suck it in, release. So since our big trip to the Big Island, I've been trying to continue our little hiking thing that we did when we were on the Big Island by hiking around the island in the morning. Hopefully it'll help me get in shape.
What do you mean by hiking around the island?
I just pretend the streets are hiking trails.
20.
I'm calling it hiking. Roll your toes under.
You're taking walks.
I'm hiking. Suck in your tummy. As someone who grew up very urban, it's about as wild as I get. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy.
Walk or die is the motto.
Exactly. That's why when I'm hiking with Mari, I'm like, please, just go on without me. Just leave me be. I'll be fine. Suck in that tummy and release.
20.
Okay. All right. We're going to start out with our hands here on the blocks. Abs are nice and tight. If you have uneven blocks, you can do one block. That's fine. Totally works. Still works. It's not even about the block. It is about getting your foot forward. Abs are nice and tight. And then you're going to put it back down. It's just practicing getting up. Because if you do fall down, you got to get up. Maria and I went to one of Kai's basketball games. This little kid got hit, not very hard, but he went down hard. And they couldn't let the game continue until he got up. And it took him a good 5 minutes to get up off the ground. But it has to be of his own volition or he's injured. Is that 10? Thank God. Now put that block aside. Hands go to the ground. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Same thing. Try to keep your palms against the ground as you're doing this. Is that 10?
10.
Whoops. Okay, good. Bend those legs, abs are nice and tight. Okay. Now we're going to continue to move those legs. Yeah, we have plenty of time. Your left knee goes on the block, both hands come to the ground. Oh, it's not gonna be fun. Keep both elbows straight. You're gonna take your right leg out to the side. Keep your left elbow straight as you do this. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy, and you're gonna flutter your leg up and down. We're working what we call the hot pocket muscles. So if you had a blue jean pair, a pair of blue jeans on, it's where the pocket is of the blue jean.
20.
Okay, and rest. Okay, second set. Abs are nice and tight, both elbows straight. Hot pocket. Push your hips over to the right. Okay, switch sides. Leg goes out to the side. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Lift, lift, lift. Hips are over to the left. Both elbows are straight. Notice if one side's easier than the other.
20.
Rest. Here we go. Elbows are straight. Push your hips over to the left. Knee is higher than your foot. Okay, good. All right, rest. I'm gonna have a seat on top of the ball that's on top of the block. Ooh. Ah. So the ball's midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Your shoulder blades are down and back. You're gonna do the hardest part, which is to get your head over the top of the ball and then keep it there. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna do sit-ups here so you can put your fingers on your thighs to give you some feedback as you push down, suck in your tummy and then release. Suck in your tummy and release. Try to change the shape of your abdomen. Try to make your tummy concaved. Try to cramp your tummy on the inside versus on the surface. Notice if your weight shifts as you do this, keep your head over the top of the ball. This is strengthening your pelvic floor as well as your abdomen. So as we said before, as you get in shape, you're gonna always be sore. You're gonna be not in pain, which is a great thing to have happen. Roller goes behind your back, shoulder blades are down and back. Head is up. Just move your head and neck around first, get used to this position. Keep breathing, suck in that tummy, shoulder blades down and back. You can add rotation to your head as well. Keep your abs engaged. Okay. Once again, get your head over the top of the ball as you draw your shoulder blades down and back together. Keep breathing. Create that body shape. Suck in that tummy. Good. What number?
12.
Okay. We're going to raise it up a little bit. Same thing. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, and now you can add your head neck motion as you're squeezing your shoulder blades down and back. It's walking and chewing gum. Keep breathing. Okay, next phase, we take this roller behind the head. So what happens is your head will want to go forward like this. I want you to pull your head back over the top of the ball. Put your hands behind the roller, or you can toss the roller as far as you'd like. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Same thing, squeeze. As you do, tighten your abs. Abs, abs. Keep breathing. Feel what this feels like. Is that 10 yet?
17.
Okay.
20.
Bring that head back. And then here we go. We're going to overarch the spine, but you're going to keep your abs engaged. This will open up your pecs. It'll arch your spine. It'll keep your abs engaged. Your smiles are up. Is that 10 yet?
8. 9. 10.
There's a good chance your hands got numb, and that's okay. That's because your neck's not used to being in that position anymore. Left hand goes on the roller, abs are nice and tight. You're gonna reach as far out as you can. You're stretching out your lats. Abs are nice and tight. You're hollowing out your belly, sucking that tummy in. It's like you're reaching for that top shelf, the key that you've hidden behind the sugar container. Suck in your tummy. Stretch it open.
10.
Okay, and switch sides. Same thing. Reaching for that hidden object behind the sugar container. Suck in that tummy. Don't let that belly hang. Okay, good. Come off the ball. Come off the block. So that you guys know how to turn on your abs, we're going to turn on your abs. There's going to be several ways of doing it. You can do it with your knees bent, with your knees right against the roller. You can start moving your knees away from the roller or even further away from the roller. And all you're going to do is bring your hands in and out. Palms of hands are together, thumbs are up. Abs are nice and tight. But I want you to move this from your abs, not your shoulders. So that means your spine will move. Suck in that tummy. If you want to make it harder, move your knees away from the roller. If you want to make it easier, move your knees towards the roller. Exhale as your spine arcs into the air. And good. You're going to take the roller away now that you got that motion. We're going to work on your golf swing. You're going to interlock your fingers now. Well, here's the important part. Do not bend your elbows. They do not bend, ever. So you're going to roll over the top of your hands. You can go side to side, but this is where it's kind of cool. We can go up and out or down and in. Keep both elbows straight so you're moving your torso and not just flexing your arms. Good. Keep your abs engaged. All right. So now we know what pressure feels like through our extremities. Hands are going to be on the ground. You're going to put your toes, curl your toes under. So it's like you're ready to get up. Okay? Then all you're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is just lift the knees off the ground. We're going to hold that. We're going to hold that for 10 seconds as Mario counts. Suck in your tummy.
9, 10.
Okay, rest. Quads tired yet? All right, here we go. Next one. Here's where it gets fun. Your knees are off the ground. You're gonna lift your right leg and your left arm off the ground and then put it back down. And then your left leg and your right arm and put it back down. Ah. Ooh, something's under my toe. And I lost track of what I was doing. Yes, there it is. What number?
10.
Okay. Okay. And rest. So you should have felt your shoulders and your quads, but we want to engage the abs. So these are all our sit-ups, done in a very different way. So now we're going to transition into our sit-ups. Ball goes behind the small of your back. Whew. So that same feeling you had being on your knees, lifting up opposite arm, opposite leg, we want you to create the same way. So get that same feeling. Quad goes on, arms on, you're pushing away shoulder, and then you do the opposite side.
Keep breathing.
Yep. This is like Diana Ross. Stop in the name of love. Here it is. Abs, suck in your tummy.
10.
Okay, rest. How you doing, Gillen? Okay. Arms out. We're going to do our Bruce Lee punches. You're punching from your abs. Your arms don't even bend. This is why Bruce Lee could punch so powerfully. He didn't punch with his arms, he punched with his body. So even though he weighed $150, he could punch harder than someone that weighed 200 and some odd pounds. Okay, and rest. Legs go straight. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're going to start here by just sucking in your tummy and release. Don't use your butt, as tempting as that is. Okay. Is that what number?
15.
Okay. Okay, here we go. We're going for a walk again. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Move from your core. Feel that connection of core to extremity? This is the difference of walking versus locomoting. Okay, rest. Guys feel your abs yet? Okay, good. Now, we're going to put the ball behind the small of your back. Your feet are parallel. Your butt comes off the ground. Hands come off the ground. We're going to go for a walk now. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Suck in that tummy. Hold that balance. Butt's off the ground. What number is that?
19.
Oh my goodness.
20.
Oh, arch over the ball. I thought it was 10.
Yeah, no, I'm not cheating everybody.
Rock from side to side. So, if you feel pressure in your low back, it means you used your psoas. If you feel pressure in the front of your hips, you used your iliacus. But if you feel pressure in what would be your six pack, that means you used your abs and you did an amazing job. Okay, ball goes underneath your sacrum. That's a triangle of your butt. Legs go up in the air. We're gonna let some blood drain out of your legs. Just wiggle your toes first, and then spread your toes, bring them together. Spread your toes, bring them together. Do this without using your nostrils or your fingers. And this is how little we do this. That's why your body's like, what are you doing? Whose toes are those?
10.
Okay? From there, you're gonna just pump your ankles 1 foot at a time. It is okay if your legs start cramping because the constant blood supply we have because of gravity is not working right now because the blood's flowing back to your heart. This is why we should do this anyways.
20.
Okay, legs apart, same thing, just pump your ankles. Abs are engaged. You're gonna make sure there's no blood pooled up in your feet or your calves for this next thing, which is fairly simple, but causes more problems than you think. Keep your abs engaged. What number are we on?
19, 20.
Okay, here we go. So your legs go back together. We're gonna do one leg at a time. We're gonna drop your heel to your butt, bring it back up. Drop your other heel to your butt, bring it back up. This is non-load bearing knee flexion. There should be no pain or discomfort doing this. If you feel it, figure out what muscles you have to turn on. It could be your quads, your calves, your hamstrings, a little bit tibialis anterior. Keep your abs engaged. Take the pressure out of your knees. Turn this into a pain-free activity, which we have to be able to do. Okay, now take it up to a walk, 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 walk. Keep breathing. So on my morning hikes, I sometimes have to run across the street for fear of bear cars and running away from them. And so we're gonna break it to a sprint because we gotta be able to do that from a walk to a sprint and then go back to a walk because it got safe again. The bear car went away from us. This is what goes through my imagination while I'm hiking. And they'll sprint, 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 sprint. The garbage truck buffalo, we're escaping that. And then walking again because we got away safely. Just feel what it feels like to do the different speeds and how it's actually minimal work on your knees if you're doing this correctly. Okay, bring both feet to the ground, both legs go straight against the ground. You're once again gonna rock from side to side. Suck in your tummy. No pressure in the low back, no pressure in the front of the hips. We want to feel it in your abs. Okay, bend your knees, soles of your feet come together as your knees are out. This is going to open up your hip flexors even more, especially the psoas and iliacus. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. You can rock from side to side because it's just fun. Keep your abs engaged though. No pressure in your low back. And finally, last stretch, just take your legs over the top of your head, try to get them beyond your head or at least your feet over the top of your face. This is a way you could test to see if you need a manicure pedicure combination here. Yay, music has changed. Just stretch, see how things feel. Abs are engaged. You're breathing. And then feet come back onto the ground gently. Lift the ball, your butt up, take the ball out from underneath your back. See what the ground feels like underneath you. As we now go on to the roller. We're going to stretch our quad on this roller, so stay at the front of the roller as you bend your right leg back behind you. This is only go back as far as you feel comfortable, so if you only feel good tipping back a little bit, that's fine. But if you can go back further, that's fine. If you can go all the way down, that's fine too. One is not better than the other. Once you hit your max, you can cross your left ankle over your right knee. Keep your abs engaged, no pressure in your low back. Just feel the lengthening of what's called your rectus femoris. Keep your abs engaged. And you can roll on to your left side to come out of this, or you could sit back up, whichever's easier for you. Sit on the very tip of the roller as you bring your left leg back. And then go ahead and lean back once again. Stop wherever it stops feeling safe. And when you're ready, you could cross your right ankle over your left knee. Deepen that stretch. Keep your abs engaged, no pressure in your low back. We're stretching muscles, not joints, so you shouldn't feel this in your knee or your low back or your neck or your shoulders. Tighten your abs. And if you have to, even tighten your quads. And as you feel ready, just come out of this by putting both feet flat on the ground. Stay laying on the roller. Shoulder blades are down and back feet are parallel, knees are bent. And just breathe. So the reality is we're all getting a little bit older every day. And with that, we decrease in the amount of hormones that we're producing. Hormones make us feel really good. The two that really make, well, three, the big three are estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. They all make you feel pretty good. And when we decrease in those, we don't feel as good, but that is not to take away from the fact that when you're starting to exercise and get in shape, you're going to constantly feel sore, but you won't be in pain. And that's the big takeaway. The goal is not to be in pain. Pain is an injury. Soreness means you're working, and that's good. You're burning calories, you're staying in shape, you're keeping your metabolism up, you're working neural activity. With soreness, with pain, your body's trying to figure out what to do to survive, and it means you have to find some kind of intervention to take away that pain or correct the injury. So feeling sore all the time, especially getting off of sofas, out of cars, is not atypical, or straight out of bed, and it takes a little bit of stretching and moving, but you're not in pain, even though it feels uncomfortable. Pain is what people come to Maria and I for, where they can't do their life at all. They can't lift anything up. They feel awful. They're managing pain using huge amounts of neural activity to manage it, not to mention pharmaceuticals. And that is what pain is, and we don't want that in our lives. Soreness, not so bad, even though we don't want that either. So in these last few moments, after feeling what your body feels like to have activated everything in the smallest angles, in uncomfortable postures, in ways that we don't typically use during the day, feel how good your body feels. Feel how easy it is to breathe. See how accessible meditation is. And that's why I think yoga was invented. It was for people who meditated that needed to get physical energy out of their body so they could focus more on their meditative practice. And it's not to say that you sit in lotus position all day long. It's so you can find meditation in things that impassion you, like art, finance, real estate, farming, dance, singing, computer work. You guys have done an amazing job. And on behalf of Maria and me, we'd like to say thank you for being here, supporting us, doing the crazy things we ask of you, and being completely present. We appreciate you very much, and namaste.
Namaste.